a collaboration and investment into Beast Industries makes sense. As you know, Mr. Beast is the #1 content creator in the world.
Huge news. Earlier today on CNBC, Tom Lee, head of research at Fundstrat and chairman of BitMine, revealed a major announcement that could mark a turning point for crypto adoption. BitMine is officially partnering with MrBeast, the largest creator on the planet with one of the most powerful audiences on the internet. This is not just another headline. This is a collision between institutional crypto strategy and mainstream influence at a scale we've never seen before. When someone like MrBeast enters the picture, you're not talking about niche exposure anymore, you're talking about global reach, cultural relevance, and mass awareness almost overnight. In my view, this development is extremely bullish for crypto and especially Ethereum. Why? Because Ethereum sits at the center of creator economies, smart contracts, digital ownership, and on-chain engagement. A partnership like this signals where attention, capital, and innovation may be heading next. Moments like these don't happen often. They reshape narratives, accelerate adoption, and change how the public views this entire space. If you think more people need to understand what's really happening here, hit the like button so this reaches a wider audience. Now, let's jump into the clip and break down exactly what Tom Lee said and why it matters.
His content is watched more than, for each of his videos, 252 million views a month, which is more than the Super Bowl. And really, he is probably the iconic person for Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and arguably millennials. So he is probably one of the most important creators in the world. Beast Industries, according to Jeff Hausenbold, is planning to create a future platform of services, which includes digital items and even financial services. And that's really where a collaboration between Beast Industries and BitMine will make sense. So I think it's part of this sort of evolution of digital platforms and money. And I think it's really uniting the #1 creator in the world with the biggest Ethereum platform in the world.
When you step back and look at this critically, the implications are massive. This kind of partnership has the potential to supercharge Bitcoin and the entire crypto market toward new all-time highs. Why? Because attention drives adoption, and no one commands attention like MrBeast. His influence with Gen Z and Gen Alpha is unmatched. We're talking about audiences that don't just watch content, they move culture. Bringing crypto into that ecosystem introduces digital assets to a generation that will define the next decade of markets. That's something we've never seen at this scale before. That's why this moment matters so much. The ripple effects could extend far beyond short-term price action and into long-term adoption for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the broader ecosystem.
Kind of getting it. Is there a reason that you like the Ethereum blockchain more than Solana, or will both exist? Could you have done this with Solana?
I think there is going to be room for multiple blockchains. Ethereum is the largest blockchain in the world. It is almost 70% of all tokenized assets are taking place on Ethereum. And Ethereum is extremely resilient. It's had 100% uptime since inception. The only blockchain to smart contract platform to have never gone down.
Right. But I guess there are differences, and each has its, people that think that there are certain features about Solana that are better, people that think that there are certain, and it gets very arcane, and we get down into a rabbit hole. So what would the future look like for the digital tokens that MrBeast that would be traveling across the Ethereum network? What are we talking about? Just describe it and how it would work.
Well, I think it's really going to be up to what Beast Industry unveils. So, I think if I was to imagine things that'll happen, number one, we know that stablecoins have become increasingly mainstream. It is really the breakout product of 2025. And we also know that Wall Street firms like BlackRock and Robinhood want to tokenize almost everything from stocks to credit to real estate, and eventually things like intellectual property and even loyalty points. I imagine that those are the kind of products that could be emerging on any future services platform. And that's where it's going to be a natural fit between a company like BitMine and what Beast Industries does. But, you know, from BitMine's perspective, Beast Industries, you know, is a very unique company. I mean, for us, I think as just an investment and, you know, being part of the cap table where there are some really high quality venture capitalists and other investors represents a good investment opportunity for us, or what we call a moonshot.
Can we just get your viewpoint on the January stock market action in the S&P and in crypto? And is it, I think right now it's kind of going along in the way that you told us it would at the end of last year. At least I think we were down around 80,000 on Bitcoin. That's recovered. The stock market started out pretty strong. It's had a couple of rough sessions, but you expect pretty good gains this year after a mid-year slump.
I do. You know, on markets broadly, I think it was good news that the first 5 days of January was positive. It's a really good omen for the rest of the year, and I think it puts upside to our 7,700 for the S&P 500. I think some of the turmoil in the past couple of days in financials and the broad market, along with crypto, do reflect how policy, especially Washington, picks winners and losers. As you know, Washington is trying to cap credit card rates. I think that that's going to hurt financials if this is implemented, because it's going to reduce their ability to offer credit to many types of consumers. But at the same time, the fact that the Clarity Act is moving forward is really good for crypto. Crypto really got hurt October last year, so it is our view that we're going to have a pretty big recovery as we put more time between that moment. And so we like Bitcoin. We do think it's going to make a new all-time high this year, and we're probably more favorable towards Ethereum, and we expect the Ethereum to outperform Bitcoin.
This is interesting, Tom. Someone wants to know, you haven't reached 5% yet on Ethereum, and you're making this weird investment in their view. Can they trust your strategy for BitMine?
Hopefully that investor tunes into our stockholders meeting today, which we are streaming from Las Vegas. Okay. There we're going to unveil our 2026 strategy for BitMine, which has 4 pillars of growth. You know, one of them, of course, is getting to 5% of Ethereum and optimizing the yield. But it's going to be natural for BitMine to also productize its platform. So working with Beast Industries and MrBeast is a way for us to productize the huge community of BitMine.